Good morning. Happy Friday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Luke, chapter 5, verse 5, and I'm reading from the King James Version. Here's what it says. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. You know, I wish I could say I had the faith of Abraham. Man, I wish I could say that the moment that the Lord speaks something to me, 100% of the time, my response is, woohoo, let's go. But the truth of the matter is that I'm probably much more like Peter than I am Abraham. I love me some Peter. Because Peter, when he messes up big time. He just shows everybody who he is and what kind of flesh he's bound by. And all of his mistakes are out there in the open for everybody to see. I love me some Peter. Because in spite of, and maybe even because of, his personality, he might be aggravated and he gonna let you know. He's gonna say, fine, I'll do whatever you want. I love this passage in Luke 5. I love it because Peter and all of his cohorts had been fishing all night long, trying to get some fish. They didn't get diddly. And Jesus comes along the scene and says, Hey! Jesus, in their eyes, was not a fisherman. Jesus says, Won't you cast your nets on the other side of the boat? What good is what? If the fish are on one side, they're going to be on the other. Sure, that is what was going through Peter's mind. But do you hear the aggravation in Peter's voice? Master, we have worked all night long and haven't gotten one single fish? Really? You're telling me if I just put the net on the other side of the boat, something's going to happen? Okay, I'm about to prove you wrong, but because you said it, I'm going to do it. I'm telling you, that's probably what was going through Peter's mind. That's why I love Peter. He's fantastic. He's just straight up. I love me some Peter. But I also love that it wasn't, whatever. And he ignored him. Peter did not ignore what Jesus said. He just got aggravated about it because he was tired. But he cast his net on the other side of the boat. And you know the story. There were so many fish, their boat was going to drown. Um, because the catching of the fish was so many, they had to ask for help. Here's your word from the Word this morning. Has the Lord ever spoken to you? And your response has been, I'm going to be honest, I'll say, my response has been, are you kidding me? Seriously, Jesus? Now, the rest of you are now praying for my soul that God doesn't strike me down. And if I stayed in that, are you serious mode? Then yeah, I'd probably be in danger of that. But usually, maybe not immediately, but usually there comes this, fine, I'll do what you say. And then I do my best to be obedient, but not before I fussed. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Anybody out there with me? At some point in time, saints of the Most High, when the Lord speaks, a word to us and it makes no sense to us. And we can say, yeah, but we've tried all of that before. At some point in time, saints, we have to get a nevertheless attitude that says, I've tried all that, but because you spoke it, Jesus, I will obey and I will do what you want me to do. At some point in time, we have to get beyond what our minds can conceive and say, though it makes no sense to me, yet according to your word, I will step out in faith. And every time, without fail, that the Lord has asked me to do things that make no sense, and He has. Every single time, He has worked so great that the only explanation is it was His hand, not mine. That's really what God is after. To get beyond our fleshly wisdom. To get beyond what we think and what we've experienced in our own flesh, our own wisdom. And to go that next step and say, God, I've tried it all before, but because you are speaking now, nevertheless at your word, I will step out again. And when you do, when you step into your nevertheless, you will see the miraculous. Will you receive that today? Because that is just your word from the word. This has been just a word from the word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing weekend. And Lord willing, we'll see you Monday morning. God bless you.